Thank you. I always ordinance 26-13 has passed. Will the clerk please read by title and summary only Resolution 1303.
Resolution 13-03, a resolution authorizing and directing the city auditor to make a request to the state auditor to establish a special economic development fund as established by ordinance 08-13.
Does council wish to take any action this evening on Resolution 13-03?
Madam President, I have a question for Mr. Hatfield. Did the state give you any indication as to generally how long it takes them to make a decision on this application?
Usually once they receive the resolution, according to my resources through LPS, it takes about 2 to 3 weeks for the approval process. Typically it can be expedited if you send a letter along, which I plan to do with this resolution, just kind of talking about how it's already been passed. We're looking at starting appropriations in the next couple of months. So we want to make sure that it's approved before starting the appropriations process. But typically it's 2 to 3 weeks for approval.
Okay. All right. Then since people are just getting the text of this tonight, I would simply just ask everybody to take a look at this and think about the possibility of moving this forward at the next meeting. What this is it's basically a housekeeping item. When we passed unanimously the creation of an economic development fund last February or March, we also have to send a resolution to the state that has been passed by council asking for their approval for creation of the fund. So the state needs to approve our creation of the fund, and so Cole has created this resolution that would go down to the state if council passes that resolution. So that is the background on that resolution, and if anybody else has any questions about that, then please feel free to contact me about that ordinance as Chair of Planning and Development, or to contact Cole. Thank you.
That will be the resolution 13-03 will be moved to the next meeting, July 23rd for its second reading. We will now go to business from the floor. Mr. Koppler.
Thank you, Madam President. There will be a Finance Committee meeting next Tuesday at 6:30. And then a couple of requests I was going to have Mr. Holston, but I guess I'll just address them later. I have had several requests about potholes on 4th Street. Obviously, with the heavier traffic out there now with the construction on 6th Street. And also, if there could be some consideration given, I know we do the crack sealing on streets every year. You know, I mean, all of us can remember what Perry Street was like 3-4 years ago. I think that, you know, we really got to start giving some consideration to get ahead of it on Perry Street. Nobody wants to go back to what we had 3-4 years ago, I don't think so. And that's it. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. People should know that the traffic is even going to get worse on 4th Street because they're tearing down the schools, and those bricks are going to be pulverized, and they're being taken to the VFW property on Park Drive. So they'll be coming right down 4th Street and then down Railroad Street into Park Drive. So you're going to have a lot of heavy equipment. Just the most happiness for those streets.
I know. People have been asking.
I know. Ms. Bango.
Nothing tonight, Madam President.
Thank you. Ms. Bell.
Nothing tonight, Madam President.
Thank you. Mr. Steiner.
Thank you, Madam President. First, happy birthday, Mrs. Mel.
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
49 again.
Just a few things, a few thank yous to the entire community for the 4th of July festivities. They went out without a wrong bang, per se. There are a list of folks I would like to thank, and don't take notes because I'll pass them down to you. This may take me a moment, so bear with me. Trinity United Methodist Church, the Port Clinton Chamber of Commerce, the PC Elks Lodge, Snip and Sharon Snyder, Dennis Tester, the Honorable Lou Wargo III, the Texas Hold'em poker players from last January, Mayor Vince Leone, Tracy Colston, Port Clinton City Council, Port Clinton Street Department, City Auditor Cole Hatfield writing a check for us. These two gentlemen here, the police chief, the fire chief, I can't even begin to tell you how much I appreciate what these guys did. Our Guest Inn and Suites Computer Resources, Lake Erie Vacation Rentals, Ohio Telecom, The Beacon, The News Herald, PortClintonRadio.com, and their personalities that helped out to promote Bert Fall, Greg Pfeiffer, and Moondog Jerry Vess, who was spinning the ones and twos in the Waterworks Park. The Community Market, Nybecker Levesque Funeral Home, Gerner Wolf Walker Funeral Home, the Ottawa County Senior Center, VFW Post 2480, the American Legion, the Firecracker Cutie Contest participants, Port Clinton Lions Club, Port Clinton Area Kiwanis Club, Jim and Edna Hansen, Kathy Jo Schweitzer, George Wilbur, Jeff Wingate, Judy Peters, Carol Riznico, Donna Becker, Barb Prupp, Lindsay Winfield, Carol Fox, the Parade Grand Marshals, Edgar Irick from the VFW, and Ernie Hopkins from the American Legion, and their escort, Vicki Gresh, and her sweet ride. The hometown heroes, Amanda Blankenbecker, who, as Mayor Leon alluded to, we all met Amanda a couple weeks ago, went down to Columbus and won 2 gold medals in the Special Olympics. Elizabeth Young, who went down and won a 4th place in the Special Olympics. And to put all that in perspective, there were 2,700 participants in 16 events. So you kind of do the math and ballpark how many were in each event. So these young ladies did a wonderful job. Their escort, Kim Oxter, in his sweet ride. Bauman Automotive, the Friendship Food Stores, the Brian Beck family, Russ and Marty Brown, Donna and Anita Gribble, Dan Almendinger, Joan Copeland, the Bucks for Booms donors, all those nameless faces out there, and Ken and Jerry Gill, who stepped up to the plate at the 11th hour and wrote a check with a lot of zeros. The 40 members of Voices of Freedom, and if you did not get an opportunity to hear that, we're planning on doing that again next year. Absolutely amazing. He's not here today. There was a gentleman in the audience normally that participated in that. And of course, the 4th of July committee, Debbie Tester, Marianne Snyder, Kim Stedlack, Judy Halstead, Roseanne Hickman, Pastor Bruce Bachelor Glader from Trinity Church, Tom and Kathy Priestman, and Greg Fox. I thank you all. We'll do it again next year. We're having a meeting tomorrow night at 7 at Lock, Dock, and Barrel to review what went right, what went wrong, and start the planning for next year. The tip from the chief this week comes from Fire Chief Kent Johnson. On Sunday, August 11th, the Port Clinton Firefighters Association is having their annual chicken barbecue. I have tickets. They are $8 each, as do all the firefighters throughout the community. $8 each, serving from 11 to 2. If you can come up with a group of 25 or more, give me a call. We'll make special arrangements and deliver the chicken to a location of your desire within the Port Clinton area via a fire truck. So that should be a fun time.
How many people do you have to have?
25 or more. 25 or more. There will be an Emergency Services Committee meeting next Tuesday at 5:30 in this room. In addition to Kathy's birthday this week, I'd like to wish a happy birthday to my wife, Mary Ann, and a happy anniversary to my parents, Jim and Sharon Snyder. With that, did you pass these names down? Thank you very much.
Mr. Freitas. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. There's one person that was left off that list, and that's Mike Snyder. Thank you so much for all you do, Mike.
Madam President, in recognition of Mike Snyder's hard work, we planned a special event for him on the 4th of July fireworks. He wouldn't let me announce it. He wouldn't let me do anything else. The shooters and I schemed a plan to where Michael got to shoot the first shot. Not with a flare.
Give me a lighter, a Zippo. I'm down there trying to come on.
He was 200 foot away from it. But to make a long story short, we did that as a special thank you to Michael for all the hard work that he did. So he did get to light the first shot. He was just like a little kid. Legally this year.
Thank you.
Legally.
Legally.
Thank you, Madam.
And that was awesome. That was pretty cool.
Thank you. Mr. Freitas.
It's always a tough act to follow. I would just like to thank the city and Chief Johnson and Chief Hickman for all their help with the Sport Gun 5K that benefited the class of 2015. They had over 207 runners, and they raised over $5,000 for their class, and it was a great event.
You do
And
fireworks
thank everybody's
fundraisers
help
too?
with everything.
So,
And that's all I have.
thank you. Mr. Woodstraw.
Nothing tonight, Madam President.
Members of the audience. Mr. Young.
Jerry Yankee, 117 Cedar Street. Mayor, did you go over that land appraisal for Waterworks Park as yet?
You gotta speak up a little bit.
Excuse me. Have you gone over the land appraisal for Waterworks Park?
I have reviewed part of it. I have not had a chance to go through all of it, as you think. And I know I forwarded all the council, I'm sure not everyone's gotten through it either. So it's a little lengthy, but no, I haven't gone through it all yet.
Okay.
I've started yet.
And I also have a question for Madam President. On the third readings, you asked the council for if there's any discussion. Why don't you ask the audience if there's any discussion that they would like to carry on?
Mostly I don't do that because it's the third reading and you've had other opportunities to comment. So I just simply don't think about it. Truly, I mean, because you've already had, it's already been read 2 other times. So
Okay.
you could have commented any time before the third reading.
Now, how would you comment? Would you comment when you would open it up to the public
Yes.
discussion?
Yes.
Okay, that would be the only time that you would be able to discuss, say, the second reading or even the first reading.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's also the opportunity to do so in the community.
Okay, thank you.
If I could, also for your information on the Fort Clinton website, go to fortclinton.com. Everything's listed on there, so you have ample time before council votes to go ahead and for questions. All the contact information is available, so please use that resource as well.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Ellis.
If I might stand, I have a couple letters here that I passed out to everybody
Excuse me,
here.
Mr. Ellis, you need to state your name and address for the clerk.
Okay, my name's Richard Ellis. I'm commander of VFW 2480 in Fort Clinton. I live at 550 South Shaw Road, 188. And for the people here in the audience, I'm going to read this off. You can follow along if you can follow my letter. I, Richard Ellis, commander of VFW 2480 Fort Clinton, Ohio, would like to enlighten the community members in this area to a situation involving water charges to our post. The overbilling has been going on since approximately 1997. Fort Clinton Water Department figured they overbilled us by $9,477.16. This oversight was not created by our post in any manner. The erroneous overcharges came from billing us for a 2-inch water meter when we only had an 1.5-inch meter. We now have a 1-inch meter. The Water Department furnished me with accounting information going back to 1997, which is when they said the meter was installed. I lodged a complaint with the proper person in writing and was granted a meeting to discuss this issue. A newly formed committee was called together, the first such ever to be convened. The committee was made up of 3 persons from the City Water and Sewer Department. One committee member has since stepped down due to conflict of interest. We received a letter stating their decision and how they reached giving us a credit of 50% of the $9,477.16 towards future usage. They stated later they could not determine who made the billing mistake. As commander of VFW 2480, I must live up to the oath that I took to do what is best for the post. The overbilled money was legally earned by the post as a 501c19 and was erroneously taken from us. I can't stand by and allow this to happen. The powers to be must correct this injustice ASAP to avoid future action from VFW 2480. We have served our nation in the time of need, and now we serve our veterans in their and communities with pride. The next letter will be dropped off at the Water Department tomorrow morning. Dear Fort Clinton Water Department, as Commander of VFW 2480, I took an oath to serve and defend the United States Constitution and all laws, such as the right of redress of grievances. I also took another oath to do what is best interest of Homer D. Gardner Post 2480. This is now my intent. I am providing a copy of the water bills, which all of you have, from January, April, and May. January's bill showed $469.28 due by the 15th of the month, or $516.21 in late charge. After that date, interest on delinquency fees. Please note on the top of the shaded area there is no meter size shown. April bill shows $140.80 due and a credit of $4,457.02. No interest on our money. Notice the top right side of the shaded area, the meter size is 1 inch is noted. This is the first time this has appeared on the water bill. May bill shows $140.78 due with the credit of $4,316.24. Again, no interest. Note the meter size, 1 inch, appears on the right side. As myself or no other person of VFW 2480 ever agreed to this settlement, I am now advising you that the figures are wrong. They should show a credit after April 13 of $9,195.60. Your figures support your documents. You purchase water from Ottawa County and sell it to residents who must pay what you bill them with late interest, I might say. You own the water cash register.